one of these little one-on-one talks, but I appreciate you guys tuning in and giving your 2 cents. So here I am on rebuild number 3 in this truck's life. First build was with John Lang, and we kind of just slapped it together with some wood slabs in the back and slapped its butt and said, let's go do this. Second build, the wood slab came out, and hey, pay no attention to all this crap in the back here. That's all gonna get cleaned up. But second main rebuild saw the platform system put together for the tanks. I took the 125 tank out for the buffer and just did a 35-gallon tank for the buffer. Third rendition is kind of just a refinement of the second, but you know, getting a little bit better each time. So a quick overview about what's different, and something you should you should understand about kind of like my mentality when it comes to this truck. It's about efficiency. I want to be able to pull up and wash that house as quick as I can and move on. But I'm also of the mindset of I want to keep it as simple as I can, because I hate having to babysit breakages and stuff, and that's just I understand it's part of life when it comes to house washing and having all the equipment and everything, is everything's constantly destroying itself, leaking, all that stuff. So let's get started. If you look back in a couple of videos ago, you'll remember that my mixing system used to live right here, and you'll probably notice a few different changes right off the bat. Everything's been rebuilt. The engine got a complete tune-up, changed all the fluids and everything, adjusted the valves. It is running beautifully. I'm just impressed with how this Predator 420 wants to stay alive. I created a stand for the pump, kind of just to give it some support. Got rid of the VR7 bypass and went with a K7 flow controlled bypass. What's nice about that is that, you know, the lines are they're limp. There's no pressure in the lines when you're off the gun. And when you're on the gun, there's no snap. You know, when you hit the trigger, a lot of times you get that jolt of pressure that's just sitting there in that hose waiting to escape. You don't get that anymore with the K7. And they say that when you go with the K7, you don't go back. And just for the few minutes that I've used this so far, I got to agree, it's so nice. Not parking in the garage anymore. Last year, for the last 2 years, I ran into a problem where SH was just going bad. Turns out SH is really sensitive to UV and heat. So I painted this tank, and what's up, military wash streams? What's up, live chat? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. What we're looking at here is just my truck bed setup and just some refinements that I've made for 2023. And what are we looking at? Maybe you're asking about that guy right there. Well, that's the juice box. I finally figured out a nice place to put him. Now, what's slick about, you know, putting together your own setup, you know, you can just customize everything to your heart's content, right? So check this out. Everything's got, you know, pretty tight clearance, but it's as compact as I can make it. My fat boy is going to be living there from now on, and it's not hooked up quite yet, but it's just going to be beautiful. So what you're looking at there is a juice box. It's got a 3-gallon a minute pump in there. And the idea behind this is that if you pull up to a stucco house or something that just needs some more juice than what normal downstreaming can do for you, you literally just kind of select the valve for the pump. You turn this box on, and this is also handling my remote control for the soap as it is, but this will also remote control turn on and off this booster pump, which feeds a high draw chemical injector right there. And it's not really like I have it scientifically put down. I can't tell you how much chemical it's putting out yet, because it works, but there is a couple of bugs for me to still kind of work out. So until I absolutely perfect it, I appreciate the guys who are like, hey, cool, how much? But until it's like 100%, I don't even want to think about putting one of these together to sell someone. So remember the meter used to be over here. That wasn't working out. Now the meter is where if I have to adjust something, which is every job. Previously, I was having to reach into the truck bed, and that's who's got time for that. So this guy still needs to be hooked up, but it's been replanted to where it's just, you know, from the outside of the truck, I can grab my meters. Now, why do I have 3 meters here? So there's something that I do that a lot of guys don't do, and that's the house wax. When I'm done with the job, I can apply like basically an Armor All to their house, and it kind of just makes everything pop. You know, the vinyl looks fantastic. The colors are amazing. I just started doing it. I've known about it for a while, but I've just started doing it. And that's what my third line stays on. So I got my water, my chem, and my house wax. So a little bit of a hot tip for you guys if you want to think about doing your own research. I'm not going to hold your hand when it comes to that, but seriously, it's something worth looking into. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. Just a few changes, you know, kind of just changing the whole zeitgeist of the truck with, yeah, making it a little bit more user-friendly, just cleaning some things up. If you remember with Mr. Auxiliary Tank, he used to have the hoses kind of just, it's all nice and neat now. I like it, you know, and it's all fitting together. And one last thing I'm going to do though is over here, still waiting to be installed for this year, is I'm going to have a toolbox with the 100 amp hour LifePo battery in there. And I gotta say, guys, like if I can give you one tip, something maybe you haven't heard of people using so far, that will just totally change your life, and I'm not kidding. Get yourself, go on Amazon. You know, they're running, like, I think I got mine for $350. But you get, instead of running a lead acid, like a marine grade battery, get yourself a LifePo, because you're gonna have so much more voltage and actual useful lifespan. They recharge extremely quickly. And if you're running like a Fat Boy or a 5.5 for like your roof washes and stuff, it's really beautiful, because compared to like the old lead acid battery, not only are they half the weight on your truck, but like double the actual useful capacity, and it stays at a much higher voltage for a lot longer. So what happens is you get just more performance out of the Fat Boy. It's legit. I've tested it out. It's a humongous difference, and they last a good long time. Just be careful and don't freeze them. There's a few do's and don'ts when it comes to owning these batteries. And so what you're going to see me do is that with the toolbox, I'm actually going to have a cutout for that battery. So the battery's going to be able to just be kind of probably velcroed in place, but then like I can take it out if I know it's going to be going below freezing. So anyways, how's everyone doing out there? What's new? I've been off the Facebook. I moved out of state, relocated my business, rebranded, got set up with a guy who maybe you've seen him, Patrick. He's a good dude. We did an episode a couple weeks ago called Hanging Out in Patrick's Garage, featuring Patrick. And Patrick has a seamless guttering business. He does exteriors and stuff too. Anything having to do with the exterior, Patrick does. So kind of teaming up with, it's turned out to be a pretty good thing, teaming up with somebody who's got a gutter business. So it's just something for you guys to think about. If you're out there, you're starting out, maybe you're thinking like, you know, it's hard enough going into business for yourself, but you just got to know that you've got to be able to network with people and think outside the box, you know, like what kind of businesses can you benefit and vice versa. And when you think in terms like that, this thing becomes a lot easier. So I'm going to get back to my my setup. I've got a Cayman jack here that needs to be, is that the Banjo 1/2 inch 3-way ball valve? No, that's the Banjo 3/4 inch. Quick overlay on this. This is just a quick selector. I keep a DI tank back here for window washing. So right here it's selected. It's going to go over to my buffer tank, and it's going to go into a Hudson valve. But if I just move that over to the side, that's going to divert to a 3/4 inch, and it's going to go down to, first it's going to hit my charcoal filter, which is laying under, don't show my mom this. It's laying under all that garbage there. But anyway, so it goes through a charcoal filter, but you want it to do that to get like the chlorine and the fluorides out that kill your media. So that's how I get away with running a DI tank, which is just a few $100s to run versus like a couple $1,000s for, you know, for some of the other rigs that I've seen, and it does the job. So that's just something I did, is just kind of plumbing it in, make it easy. Like if I'm pulling up for a window job, you know, like normally I'm washing houses, but I can just divert over, and then usually, but I don't have it installed now because winter. I'm gonna have a house here. I'm gonna build with probably some 6-inch gutter cover or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna build a little doghouse, I think, here for the DI tank, so where it's gonna sit there unless it's got, you know, unless we're expecting some freezing weather. But anyways, if you're watching this video, I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I really appreciate you guys' constructive comments. You know, the internet is a weird place, and people just love to be negative, and I really appreciate when people just leave like a positive, constructive message, comment down below. I do read them all. I try to answer them, and I know I'm not great at it and stuff, but you know, if you have a question, I'll at least try to get to you. So I want to just say good luck to everybody for 2023. I'm looking forward to getting out there and killing it and trying a few different things. This is gonna be my 5th year in business doing this for myself full time. So I'm hoping to expand out. I've got a I mean, I don't even want to go into it, but I do have some pretty good goals for this year. And if I can meet them, whew, that's going to be great. And I hope that you have your own set of goals for this year and you're out there killing it and you're going to meet it and you're going to make some money. So anyways, just picking up with the live chat before we get off here. Tech says, what truck are we looking at? It's a 2010 Tundra. How does the juice box work? We went over that. Banjo, we went over that. And Tech says he's always excited when I post something new. RF Pressure Washing says, what's up, brother? Have a good season, my friend. That's the plan, man. All right, well, hey. Cheers. Factory Excel. So we're going to fix my truck up, get this thing ready for 2023. I will see you guys out there. Good luck, my friends.